Okay. Okay, Ali, I think it's on. Alright, I'm gonna react to scary birth TikToks. Um, Here, go, and so you can see them while I'm reacting. Um,
Okay.
Go to my YouTube and then go to live, or just see if it says I'm live.
Oh yeah, I see live. I see you.
You do? You do see me?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see the video?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, do you see my
I
screen?
see the live. Yeah.
Okay. I
I'm just trying to get up, caught up to where you are.
okay, so
Sure. Hey, it's hard to hear though.
it is?
Oh, probably because you're. Yeah, probably no, probably because we're on FaceTime.
Yeah, that's probably it. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn yours down because people can hear you because it's on a live. Can I see my own live right now? Like, oh my gosh, you commented.
Yay!
Wait, but what the heck? I can't see my own comment or my own comments through this. Oh my god, I see it. Okay, anyways. Should I do it, Ali? Should I do it with the light or without light? Tell me what you like more.
Um, maybe light.
Okay, that one was light, and then this one is without light. Like, the light looks good, but I don't like how I look in this.
Oh,
That looks so scary
yeah,
and
do it
dead.
without light.
But it looks so scary and dead.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you do the light or yeah, do the light. It looks like a horror scene.
It literally does.
I know. Like a horror movie. Hannah, are you about to get
It
kidnapped?
does look like a horror movie. Okay, time to brush our crusty, dusty, musty hair. Anyways, okay, so these are the TikToks I'm gonna show you. These aren't TikToks, obviously these are from Instagram, but these are TikToks to Instagram. Horrific facts about pregnancy part 2. You can tear all the way to your bum hole. You bleed so much after delivery. They told me to let them know if I'm bleeding through more than one pad an hour, and I was like, okay, a little crazy, but no big deal. And you literally bleed up to your booty hole. Yeah. Okay. By the way, I'm on the live right now, so um what the heck? So I was seeing these all over TikTok. I was watching them for like 10 hours, so that's why I like have so many saved. Okay. I'm a terrible live streamer because what the frick is this?
It takes a while to get up, buddy.
Okay, can you see
Oh,
it?
yeah, I can see it.
Okay, let me go to my saved so you can see what I have next time you're dating. It was kind of in gender wars because of how nasty it is that women have to go through them and don't. Okay, this is how big the pad is. It's do you see the difference in the size of the normal pads, and then you have large pads, like half the size of a freaking human, put in between your legs because you're bleeding so much after birth. And
Oh my
Ali,
gosh, what the heck is that?
I'm trying to traumatize you and everyone else as much as myself on birthing
Oh,
because
thank you,
it's so
Hannah. What a
scary,
lovely gift you give me.
right? Okay,
More trauma and on top of
what
more
is this
trauma.
one?
Ugh. Ugh.
This one's
Come
so
on,
funny.
babe.
I'm pregnant.
It can't be that hard.
You wouldn't last one day being pregnant.
Rubbish. Darling. Darling, no.
Pregnantissimo. Come on.
I wish I could do this to men and just like put a wizard's thing to them and then just make them pregnant for a bit. So they have to, so we could like transfer the baby to the man. That would be really nice.
You big whale. Comfy, are we? Hungry? Smells weird, right? You dropped something. Careful, careful.
Well, I think one of the scariest things about being pregnant, no, it's not having to deal with all that pain. It's having to smell things and then you literally vomit from just smelling and tasting things, and then you like crave freaking pickles and ice cream. I mean, that's not the biggest fear, it's just pain in the butt.
Careful. Calm down, love. Congratulations, when's it due? Make it kick, make it kick, make it kick. Got any name ideas? Do you want it to stop? What was that?
You're a wizard, darling.
Yeah.
They have the best relationship. Like, if I don't have a relationship like that, I don't want a relationship. What is this one?
I'm gonna simulate what it feels like to have a period. You're the first woman that I've tried this on.
Oh, first woman?
15.
I wonder if period simulators feel the same as birthing simulators. I feel like they're almost the same.
They probably can't even get close.
I think it depends on if you have endometriosis, whatever the heck. I definitely have that. I didn't get diagnosed with it, but because I have horrible periods, like I'm screaming like 4 a.m. randomly. I imagine that what I'm going through, like some people with forced periods, is what it feels like to deal with child labor. Because if you're doing like the like screaming at 4 a.m. every month, that sounds like child labor. I assume it is nearly the same pain, but obviously a little different because you're birthing out a full human, but at the same time you're also birthing blood every month. So pioneer.
This is 50. Oh! Oh! 60. You don't feel it? I'm gonna.
Bro, how is the girl actually staying so still? I would not be able to. With the pregnancy simulator thing, or period simulator. At least I would be like flinching and moving, like, because I don't know how she stayed so still, but maybe. I've never tried it. Maybe.
To simulate what it feels like to have a period. You're the first woman that I've tried this on.
Oh, first woman?
15.
Pioneer.
This is 50. Oh! Oh!
Yeah, men could never. Men could never. Oh my god, okay, ew.
This is a
Allie, do you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one is so gross. So this is, I think, what is it, gynecologists? I don't know if this is what gynecologists do, but it's so gross. So they take this thing, they stick it up your vajayjay, and they take this needle thingy and prick you to, like, I don't know, maybe test for cancers and a bunch of stuff.
Ew.
And women, like, have to get it done, I don't know, like, every 3 years or so. At least to
Isn't that
check.
called I know it's a weird word. It's a weird word.
Here, I'll show you.
This is a video of an IUD insertion procedure. Thousands of women have commented on my videos that this procedure is quite painful and is usually done without any anesthesia at all. I've been advocating to use at least local anesthesia at the minimum. Let's see how this procedure is done. So a tenaculum is used to first pierce the cervix. Yes, the cervix does have nerve endings. Then the uterus is pulled down for better exposure. After measuring and selecting the right size for the IUD, it is then inserted. Now in a normal patient, the uterus is not as relaxed and it can be quite painful and take.
What does he mean it can be quite painful? Imagine we took needles and we stuck it up men's wieners and we freaking stuck it up there and pinched their skin off from the inside out and pulled it out with no painkiller or anything. Or no numbers, anything. Even if you did, you still are in a lot of pain and that causes infections and stuff. Like, I'm not extremely knowledgeable on it, but, like, imagine we did that to men. It would literally be bans. Like, it would be banned, for sure. Because they can't even deal with period cramp stimulators. Like, that would be bans. Like, what the heck? How is this even a thing? I literally, after I heard that chainsaws were invented not to cut down trees, chainsaws were invented for women to cut open their body for a child. Ever since I heard that, I know for a fact the whole thing is just cruel, and they do not care about the pain that women go through, and they'll say, oh, it's just a little pinch. You're literally digging inside of my guts and pulling out my body parts. Like, that is not a pinch. How are we even still alive? Like, Jenna confuses me.
There's no way! Call the police, do something, you can't let this slide! You damn near turned.
So this lady gave birth, and she grew a beard from it. And they will blame it on the woman's body, but scientifically, if you do your research, I can look it up here, that the reason that women, like, grow beards and have bad stuff happen from childbirth is because of the man's sperm. So it doesn't come from the woman. The choosing the gender and the health effects all comes from the men's lifestyle. So if they say they do any effort in terms of giving birth to a child, it should be their health and to make sure that the woman doesn't go through that. But for them, it's practically effortless because it's always blamed on the woman for the gender and the problems like that. I know that guy. Okay. I would look it up right now, but I gotta keep going with these. Let's see how... This is my first live, so I don't know what the frick I'm doing.
My new favorite person on the internet is that guy that's learning about women's health and is like crashing out over it. Because I really feel like very little men take the time to actually research how bad women's health really is. And I really wish that more men would pay attention to things like this. Because I feel like anytime we try to talk about it, then, you know, we get these like random dudes being like, oh, it's just feminist bullshit, whatever. But it's like, no, our healthcare is literally not studied the way that yours is.
No, literally, I just found out that pads were just tested without some other thing with blood in 2023. Literally 3 years ago. 3 years ago we started making pads to hold literal blood from women, like in 2023. Like, how many years have we been on this earth? 6,000 years, and we're now testing the real life blood for women that we deal with every month. What? This world is so unfair. It's so sexist too.
Women's bodies weren't even taken into account when seatbelts were made. Do you have any idea how bad seatbelts are for women in car accidents? There are more studies on male pattern baldness than there are about endometriosis. And every single time I think about that, it makes me want to jump in front of a train.
Okay, baldness from men happens towards the end of their life. Endometriosis is a woman's entire freaking life, up till menopause, and then she has to deal with other things because of the endometriosis in her menopause life. Ow. Oh, I already just did this one. No, don't click that. Oh, this guy's funny.
It's day 59. I am learning about the menstrual cycle. Did y'all know the fallopian tubes and the ovaries are not directly attached? Like, I always thought, hold on. I always thought that the fallopian tubes, right? Like, let's say I'm the uterus. The fallopian tubes were...
Oh my god, and then he says that your fallopian tubes, so your woman parts down there, did you know that in the inside, it flops around, and that's the feeling that we feel whenever we're on our period. It literally flops around. Why? The stuff I'm learning on the internet.
Or like this, right? And they had, hold up. And they had like the ovaries like held like this. That's not how that works. The ovaries are like attached at the bottom like this. And then, did you know the fallopian tubes, they move? Not all the time, but they move sometimes. Like during ovulation, they're like whack.
Oh my god. I love men being aware of how crazy the woman's body is. I just heard this thing. This is why this is like so interesting to me. Is I heard that, you know, we're studying men's baldness more than horrible periods every single month. Wait, I was just gonna say something else. I completely forgot. Oh my god, removing epidural for Kath.
To go kind of fast with the tape coming off. Okay, ready and go. Totally thin.
So I didn't know that they stick epidurals up in a woman's back. They stab it into your freaking spine, or at least into your back area. Yeah, look at the video I'm screen sharing with you, Allie.
So what's left on there is just a little plastic catheter.
Okay.
And there's a blue tip on the end that I'm looking for.
Okay. You're tough. Look at you. Big, huge band-aid, man. Yeah, almost done.
Okay, and I'm just gonna gently pull that out.
Perfect. You feel anything?
No.
Great.
That was what was in your back.
And they say they don't feel anything. I mean, it is super tiny sticking up into your spine. Of course, you're not gonna feel much, but the amount of comments, like these ladies, look what they're saying in the comments. A lot of people said, after I gave birth from this, I was wondering why I had so much back pain. And a lot of ladies said, I don't even remember my epidural catheter, but they have back pain the rest of their lives. And maybe that's why I have back pain, not an epidural catheter. I didn't have a baby, but from period cramps. Watching this makes my back ache. 3 epidurals, 2 natural births, and 1 emergency C-section, and still the most pain I ever felt was from endometriosis. I don't want to give birth because of all this stuff. Pregnancy is literally a life-threatening process. Literally. Oh my god, did you hear about the Wizard Liz when she gave birth? She said she thought she was about to die in the hospital bed, and she had to contact her whole family, and she was like, tell everyone I love everybody. It's so silly, like, it's so pushed too. Just have kids, and you literally, like, it will make you uglier. I mean, like, the amount of women that I've seen, like, where you get bloated, you get fat, and when, I don't know if people knew. They're like, oh, just burn the fat off after you give birth. Did you know that once you make fat cells, you can't burn off a certain number of fat cells? I think my brother told me for every 1 fat cell that's made, it multiplies another or so. I could be saying this wrong, but it multiplies another, and it's stuck. So once you try to burn fat, you can burn fat, but for every 1 cell you just made, there's 2 cells that will never be burned. That's why when people are skinny, they'll usually, if they stay skinny, they'll just look skinny. But if they gain weight and then go back to being skinny, then they will never look that skinny again, because that fat cell can never be burnt off. A lot can be burned off, but not back to the same as it was before.
I didn't know that, yeah.
Yeah. Zach actually told me that. So that's why it's like, that's why the amount of people, like, that are pushing on to me, like, every time I have a conversation with a guy and they're, like, talking about, like, marriage and kids and stuff, and if I dare even say, like, yeah, I don't really want kids because of how painful it looks, it's, like, immediately I'm so shamed. Like, oh my god, how dare you? Like, do you even know half of the pain and half of the torment? It's a lifelong, literally, it's a lifelong thing. It's not just one time. Oh, just pooped out a little baby, and there we go, easy peasy. No. It's the rest of your life. It affects your body, your face, and your entire career, which, if men, for them, it took their face, it took their body, and it took their career, it would be the end of their lives, right? But no, we just have to nonchalantly go through it. I think it's very different, however, if you're in, like, grandma's and grandpa's generation and mom's and dad's generation, because they, at least, you know, have the traditional roles. Like, the grandpa would go off and work and grandma would take care of the kids. Then it is bearable because it won't, like, and if they stay loyal. Because my coworker told me, one of my old coworkers at a restaurant, she said, she had 1 kid, she did everything right. She got married, she had this kid, and her ex-husband cheated on her with prostitutes on Snapchat. And she told me, he said he thought he cheated because he said she looked ugly when she was pregnant, and he didn't like her when she was fat. This girl was the skinniest girl I think I've ever seen, and not very skinny, just like, she looked healthily skinny, and I was just like, what the heck? She's so pretty too. I mean, the prettiest girl I've ever seen in real life. So I don't know, if they're not loyal after you putting up with all that, it's just, that's why I don't want to have kids. Not just because how painful it looks, but because of, imagine your partner, the one who's making you endure all this pain, cheats and leaves you, right? Scary out there.
I had a man ask me if anyone would help him collect his semen sample for a fertility test. A woman would never.
Allie, do you see the video online?
A woman would never. Right? Now, here's the thing. He tried to play it off when I'm like, no, of course not. You're going to have to do that on your own. And by the way, you have to make sure that you do it on your own. No lubricants, no nothing that can contaminate the sample, right? No other person's fluids. He tried to play it off all cool, like, oh, yeah, no, I just didn't know. Like, I wasn't sure, like, do I go to a center and is there someone there that helps me? Shut up. You're being gross and you know it. And the truth of the matter is now I'm pretty sure that...
So basically, males, like creepy old men, will say, oh, I was expecting a female nurse. Oh my god, like, could you, like, collect my semen? And, like, a bunch of things that would count as sexual assault, but... this guy also had another TikTok where he was saying, he walked into the room and he was like, oh my god, I thought you're a woman nurse, and he was completely naked laying out on the table, and he was like, no, but even if I were a female nurse, that's still not okay to do that. What? So he was ashamed laying out naked for a male nurse but not a female nurse, when that's not your frickin' partner. You're disgusting. Okay, where's the birthing stuff? Oh, here we go. Oh my god. Ollie, look at this one.
Gentlemen, this is what cervical dilation during the birth process looks like under the pain of severely painful contraction.
So I heard in order to birth for a baby, it has to get as big as like a plate, a large plate. Oh my god.
This is how the up to 100,000% increase in uterine volume during pregnancy looks like.
And mind you, everyone says you can burn that off, but after you make a certain amount of fat, you can't burn off that fat.
And this is how the size difference during a normal delivery looks like. Gentlemen, I hope that...
Okay, and when I say you can't burn that off, I mean you can burn some of it off, but for every amount of fat that's made, you can't get rid of a certain number of fat. So after all that is pushed into your intestines, you can't just get rid of all of it. There's still going to be some extra there, and that's why it's hard for women to recover from birth and stuff. Okay, where's the birthing stuff? Okay, so this was just like a test stream. I'm not gonna like continue with this anymore, but I'm just gonna keep testing, keep seeing how this is working. But yeah, I'm gonna end it now just so I can see how this all works. But yeah, scarred from pregnancy from now on. We'll see. Alright, I'll make another video later after this test. Bye.